Donatello.
Hey y'all, it's another episode of Here I Am. It's Tuesday and I am leaving choir practice, and today I had to learn not to take things so personally. As somebody that always wants to be accepted, I don't necessarily find it easy to let things go when I know people don't like me, right? Like, especially when they're making little smart comments around me. It's not, it's uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable a lot of times, but I had to really talk with, like, it is none of your business if somebody likes you or not. If they don't like you, that's their business. They are allowed to have that opinion of you. That is fine and dandy. If they feel that way, it's not my job to change nobody's mind about me. And I said that in a previous video, but I think it's different when people are like literally 2 seats away from you and making comments, rather than somebody that is hours and hours away, even if they are family. It makes a difference. But like for me, I had to really, really talk myself through that, because it is hurtful to me. I haven't done anything to this person for them not to like me. I speak to them still, in spite of it all. They don't speak back. And that's, you ain't gotta speak to me. You don't have to speak to me. But I used to take it very, very personally when I knew people didn't like me, because I'm like, I didn't do nothing to you. Maybe that's on you. That is your demons to deal with, because honestly and truthfully, if I'm showing up consistently and showing the fruits of his spirit, like love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, there's nothing that I have to worry about, because we're judged by our fruit. If I'm showing up with his fruit, that means I'm a sheep of his pasture. So when somebody doesn't show that, I shouldn't even get mad, because baby, that means we ain't the same anyway. If you can't show up and show the same fruit that I'm showing, what we talking about? And I'm not saying she's a bad person at all. I don't think she's a bad person. I think we just not on the same page. And that's okay. That's okay. Maybe one day we'll be friends. Maybe one day we won't. And I really don't care at this point. I really have to talk myself through this, because I have a thing about people not liking me, especially people that don't know me like that. Like, they don't know me to not like me. And she probably don't think about me the same way I don't think about her. And that's just true tea. I think with me, a lot of times, especially when I know I don't particularly care for somebody, and I'm saying, like I said, I'm not saying I don't like her, but just in general, when I know when I don't particularly care for somebody, especially with people, not just me, but people in general, we try to demonize people just because we don't like them. What if it's just y'all don't agree? The Bible says how can two walk together unless they be agreeance? What if we just don't agree? They don't make them a bad person. You just don't agree. But I don't know. It's a lot of growth that I have to do in some areas, because, like, I wouldn't necessarily call one to be people pleasing, but I always felt like a lot of that feeling, like when people don't like me, like people don't include me, or if I'm like an afterthought, it upsets me real bad. It used to upset. Well, it means some days it do, depending on what it is, it still upsets me. Depending on what it is and who it's coming from, it can upset me. But a lot of that stems from being a military child, where you're the new kid in the area and don't nobody know you. So you have to like go above and beyond to be accepted. A lot of like from moving around a lot, going to different schools and going to schools where I wasn't zoned for. So like when I lived in Germany, I didn't go to the school in my neighborhood. I went to the school in my babysitter's neighborhood. So I only saw those kids at school. So it wasn't like I would see them at the playground outside of school or anything like that. I didn't have that relationship with them, so I felt out of place. Because we, like, literally, I lived in a military base. So if you lived in this particular, there's 2 different neighborhoods you can live in. Heidelberg or Arkham. I lived in Heidelberg, but I went to school in Arkham. Because that's just what my babysitter lived. And that, you know, that's just what it was. But I don't know. I guess just always being different, not exactly fitting in with people, it is sometimes to be a trigger for me when I feel like people are not exactly being nice to me when they don't have a reason to not be nice. Like, it'd be different if we got into it and I don't like her or whatever, but that's not the case. We just don't talk. She sits on one side, I sit on the other. We don't have any dealings with each other. We don't even really have any interactions, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's something I'm having to learn over and over and over again at this moment, because it's something that keeps coming up. There's God before me, who can be against me? It don't matter who don't like me. It don't matter. If God before me, who can be against me? Yeah. I think that's it today.